Welcome to the Hidden Gems bonus. My name is Arden Thomas. I'm the Syncom Smalltalk product manager. In the bonus, a Hidden Gems bonus, I walk you through constructing the example application that I just showed in the Hidden Gems screencast. So today we're going to build the example using two lists. So if you use your icon that's on your desktop on Windows or Mac, I'm going to create a new 32-bit image here. Call it lists example. Okay. Let's move these things into view. I'm going to close this. System load parcels named. I'm going to load my painter. That allows me to paint the application. I get a new icon here. I will open that. Let's just move these things up a little bit. I'll make this larger, and I'm going to populate it with two lists. Okay, there's a list, put a list, click on list again, a second list, and a resizing splitter. I'll pop that right there. So let's see, first let's put a title right up here. So I typed in lists example app, press apply. See, that shows up right here. Let's populate this. I'm going to call this, now this is the model behind this is going to be a selection and list. So I like to incorporate that information in the name that I use as a standard, and this is going to show a list of classes. So I'm going to call this classes in list, and I like to use that as the ID as well. Over here we'll make this methods in list, a selection in list that will be populated with methods. We'll do this. Now let's set the sizing of this. I want this to be all the way to the left, maybe 3 over so it's not hugging the border. Let's see, I want the top of it to be at the top, but give me a space of 33 pixels. The right I want to be halfway over, but leave a little room, -3. And the bottom, all the way at the bottom, we'll make that 1 and 0. Now if I press apply, it did exactly what I want. Now here's a shortcut trick. You can read the read apply tools, and I can click on this. I could apply and it would be laid over top of it, but I want to change a couple things. I want to make this not the top, the left 0.5 and the right 1, and then apply that, and I put that right there. Notice I left some space here. Let's go to that resizing splitter, and the position for that we'll make halfway over. Let's see, -3. And the right will be 0.5 plus 3, because it's going to sit in between these two. The bottom one, the top, yep, the same. We'll do that, and that sits right between the two. So for here, let's go to the resizing splitter. It is not horizontal, it's vertical. And I'm going to copy this, Control C, come here and say my left widgets is the classes in list. Apply, copy. My right widgets, methods in list, apply. So now let's install this. I'm going to add a new class. I'm going to put it, the package is going to be none, just so I don't have to create a package right now. I'll type in ValueModels example app. I'll say OK. OK. Now I want to define with nothing selected here. That's important because if you select something, it'll only define that. I'm going to define my two selection lists. I'm going to say add initialization, but I'm going to change that. I'll go ahead and do that. Now Again, with nothing selected there, browse. If you have things selected, it'll go to that method. If you have nothing selected, it'll bring up the whole class, which is what we want. And I can see I have a comment here. I'm going to delete that. And I've got a lazy initialized code here. If it hasn't been called, it makes it a selection list. If it has, it just returns it. This can be useful. I'm not going to use it in this instance, and I'll show you why. When I create, I'm going to first create a new category. Initialize release is a standard name. The name of the method will be initialize. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to say classes in list gets, and I just type that in to save some time here. So it's a selection list with the collection class. All the subclasses of it will be in this list. The methods in list will be a selection list new. Let's save that, Control S, or I could right click and say accept. I use the Control S most frequently. Let's see if we can open that application. And in fact, there it is. And I can click on things, and I can also come right here and slide this to get extra room for my class names, or if I have large method names, I can slide this so I don't have to make them overly wide, but I can change this dynamically. Okay, so the next piece here is the magic. What I want to do is react when I click on one of the class names in that list. So I'm going to say classes in list. There's a selection holder. Now this is a value model. It's a value holder that holds the selection of the list. So we're going to use that, and we're going to react to that by saying compute. It's going to pass in a class. I'm going to call it my class. It's going to pass in whatever is selected in the list. And what do we want to do? So I type this in to save time. Okay, method list, the list of methods we're going to show. If my class is nil, so you've deselected or have nothing selected, we're going to hand back a list new, an empty list. However, if something is selected, we actually have the class, ask the class for its selectors, those are the names of the methods, and sort them. Now notice this method list is underlined. That means I need to define this as a variable. I'm going to make this a temporary to the block. I just type in M, hit my tab, and there it is. Control S to save that. Let's open up the application. And there's my behavior. So, to recap, we showed how to create an application, new application with two lists. And again, I'm going to make this as simple as possible. So basically, all my behavior in this application is right here. Initialize the classes in list, initialize the methods in list. Here we react whenever something is chosen in this list. Here's what we do. And I like putting all this in the initialize because I can go to one place, the principle of locality of reference, and I can see how all this is wired together and my basic behavior right here. If you have any questions, send them to athomas@syncom.com. My name is Arden Thomas, and I hope you enjoyed this example. If you have any questions or suggestions, please email me. Until next time, have a great time with Syncom Smalltalk. Thank you.